He was born on August 12, 1932, in Provo, Utah. D. Harris Oakes is a well-known leader in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints LDS Church, a respected legal scholar, and a former judge. His life has been dedicated to faith education and public service, making him one of the most important people in the modern LDS Church. Oakes grew up in a simple home with his parents, Stella Harris and Lloyd E. Oakes. The boy's father died when he was only 7 years old, leaving his mother to raise him and his brothers. Given her kids a love of learning and a strong will to succeed, Dean showed early potential in school and a strong work ethic that would help him do great things in the future. Oakes got his bachelor's degree in accounting from Brigham Young University, BYU, in 1954. It was there that he met June Dixon, whom he married in 1952. Together, they had 6 children and built a family based on love, faith, and service. Oakes went to law school at the University of Chicago and earned his Juris Doctor in 1957. After finishing school, Oakes started a successful legal career. He worked as a law clerk for Chief Justice Earl Warren of the U.S. Supreme Court, which helped him understand how the court system works. He later became a professor at the University of Chicago Law School, where he became known as a leading legal scholar. Because he knew a lot about constitutional law and could explain complicated legal ideas, he was in high demand as a professor and speaker. In 1971, Oakes was named president of Brigham Young University, and during his time there, he made major changes that improved the school's academic reputation and strengthened its spiritual mission. He pushed for the integration of secular learning and religious faith, creating an environment where students could do well both intellectually and spiritually. His leadership had a lasting effect on the university, solidifying its position as a leading institution within the LDS Church. Oakes' job as a lawyer kept going strong. Along with his academic work, Oakes was appointed as a justice of the Utah Supreme Court in 1980, where he served with distinction. His judicial opinions were marked by clarity, fairness, and a commitment to upholding the rule of law. However, in 1984, Oakes resigned from the bench to accept a calling as a member of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles, which is one of the highest governing bodies of the LDS Church. As an apostle, Oakes dedicated his life to spiritual guidance for church members and the global spread of the LDS faith. He was known for his analytical thinking. With his sharp thinking and smooth speaking, he has talked about many things such as morals, family values, religious freedom, and more. His lessons stress how important it is to follow gospel principles in a world that is always changing. In addition to his church service, he gives advice and support to millions of Latter-day Saints. Oakes has written a lot of books and articles about legal, religious, and social issues. His writings show that he has a deep knowledge of both secular and spiritual issues, filling in the blanks between faith and reason. He has also fought to protect religious freedom and often spoken out about how important it is in today's society. Unfortunately, Oakes' wife June died in 1998, which was a terrible loss. But he found comfort in his religion and his family. In 2000, he married Kristen McMain, who has always been there for him in his church duties and public appearances. D.H. Oakes has shown great devotion to his faith, his family, and his community. He has also made important contributions to law school and religion has left a permanent mark. Mark has been a leader in the LDS Church for many years and has inspired generations of believers and thinkers with his wisdom, honesty, and steadfast dedication to serving God and people. D.H. Oakes was known for his strong faith, intelligence, and commitment to helping others. He also went through some very sad times that tested his character and the strength of his family. The death of his first wife, June Dixon Oakes, was one of the hardest things that happened to him. This story of sadness and eventual healing shows how faith, family, and shared support can help you get through the worst things in life. Not only was June Dixon Oakes D's beloved friend, she was also his steadfast partner on a trip full of spiritual and material success. They were married in 1952 and had more than 4 decades of love, parenting, and devotion to their faith in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints LDS Church. June was a lively, caring woman whose impact was felt not only within the LDS Church but also outside of it, her family, and the community as a whole. Together, they raised 6 kids and made a home based on love, learning, and dedication. Milestones: D in his successful career as a legal scholar, president of Brigham Young University, and justice of the Utah Supreme Court, as well as his calling as a member of the Quorum of the 12 Apostles. Throughout all of these accomplishments, June remained a pillar of strength, always there for them and making sure their home stayed a safe place for them. Peace and hope in 1998, but their lives took a sudden turn when June was diagnosed with cancer. The news was terrible for the whole family. Even though their faith gave them hope, they had to face the fact that June's health was getting worse. Health caused a lot of stress. It was hard for Dallin to balance his duties to the church, his job, and being there for June and their kids during this hard time. He relied on prayer and found comfort in the Bible, often reading chapters out loud. June that talked about hope and eternal life. As June's condition got worse, her family came together to care for her and support her. Her grown children rallied around her, making sure she was surrounded by love. These sad times became a source of unity for the Oakes family as they shared stories, laughed through tears, and thought about the kind, selfless, and religious life June had lived. When June died in July 1998, Dee was heartbroken. Her absence was palpable, and he felt the weight of her. As a man who was used to giving advice and comfort to others, his own grief was humbling. But even in his sadness, he found ways to honor her memory. He talked about her a lot in public, using her example of faith and strength to encourage people who had also lost loved ones in the months and years that followed. Dee relied on his faith and family a lot to get through the grief of June's death. His children gave him strength by telling him of the lasting love in his life. The legacy he and June had built together, they told him to keep working because they knew that helping other people would bring him happiness. Finding comfort and meaning in life in 2000, Dee met Kristen McMain, a woman whose kindness and shared devotion to faith brought light back into his life. Their marriage wasn't a replacement for what he had lost, but rather proof that life can bring new joy even after deep sorrow. Kristen became not only a loving partner, but also a partner in supporting his work in the church and his family through this journey. Dale H. Oakes emerged as a man who knew both the depths of human sorrow and the depths of human healing. His loss made him more empathetic, which made his teachings on faith and family even more powerful. He talked a lot about how family ties last forever, stressing that love is stronger than death and that grief, even though it hurts, can lead to growth and stronger bonds. D.H. Owens' story about his worst sadness is one of strength and resilience. His journey shows how important faith is in getting through life's problems and how unbreakable family support is during times of loss. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like and comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. See you in the next video.